What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from Rants or Us. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. We're on the road to 1,000, and we hope you guys will help us get there. And as always, guys, right now, even the more popular content creators here on YouTube are having trouble being able to be found by their viewers here on YouTube thanks to crazy analytic problems. I don't know what exactly is going on. I probably don't want to know what's going on with it. But if y'all do enjoy our content, hit that subscribe button and also that notification bell so that when we upload a new video, you'll be able to find us. Now, I'm a huge Animaniacs fan. I've been a huge Animaniacs fan since, 1993, I guess, when it first come on air. I remember watching it as a kid and thinking, one of the greatest shows of all time, one of the greatest cartoons of all time. That whole Tiny Toons, Animaniacs kind of look and feel, it just had a uniqueness to it that wasn't really brought out in a lot of cartoons in the past. And really in the future. There's nothing that is even remotely like Animaniacs to this day, except maybe the newer Animaniacs, which you could argue the newer Animaniacs really isn't anything like the older Animaniacs. The older Animaniacs, remember they'd go back in time to like Michelangelo or Napoleon Bonaparte, and they would, have some kind of like crazy antics, kind of like Bugs Bunny with Elmer Fudd, where that person would just be a complete and total douchebag, and they would try to, be something, ruin that person's life. And it was funny. It was a fun little go around that they always had. But this one just wants to tackle present day problems. And a lot of the present day problems that they tackle, one example is the bunny episode. I think it was episode 2 or 3 of this season of the newer Animaniacs, where it was about gun control and about how Australia does it better than what we do, and it was kind of odd because I'm like, what 10-year-old is really going to get that? What really 18-year-old is going to get that reference? So exactly who is that reference for? Is that reference for me? Or is that reference for, me as a viewer that was a fan of it back in the 90s? Or is this a reference that somehow maybe a 5-year-old kid is supposed to get? Probably not. I would assume, because I don't think I have a 4-year-old son, and my 4-year-old son, there's no way on earth I'd let him watch that show, which is sad because that was one thing I was looking forward to about the revival of Animaniacs, was getting to introduce him to the same shows that I enjoyed, and Animaniacs was one of them. But this whole Edgier brain, according to Maurice LaMarche, is kind of fits into an Edgier show just in general. Now, he makes it sound like in from his point of view, when it comes to the brain, which he voices, that, after 20 years, Brain's just grumpy. He's just had enough. He's not the same, kind of, I guess you could say, lovable Brain, if you could even have said that about even the past Brain, than this one. This one is grumpier, really a lot more, I would say, violent and demeaning. Him, even some of the rough patches that he has with Pinky is really kind of cringeworthy, at least in my book. It's not funny. Let me just put it that way. It's not really funny. And they even kind of bring that out in one episode where he somehow gets this, brings this other mouse to be his, or makes her smarter, and she mentions to him that she don't like the way that he treats Pinky. But she didn't like the way he treated her. He used like this shock collar on her, and to make her kind of, fall in line, kind of as this Manchurian candidate. To me, it felt like something that you would see maybe in an adult cartoon, maybe not something you would actually see in a kid's cartoon. But this whole Edgier Animaniacs, I don't know if I agree with this Maurice LaMarche. He thinks it's a great thing. Me personally, I'm not sold on this new Animaniacs. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that it's not what I expected. I expected lots of craziness and comedy to it. There was one article that I read on it, and it said that, the 90s version was these three crazy kids, trying to be held down by a sane world. And now it's like these three sane kids trying to be held down by a insane world. And, that's the way I feel towards, especially like Yakko. I feel like, him in particular is, he kind of looks at the world and is like, man, this is crazy. Like, what on earth has happened in the last couple of years? And I kind of feel that way with Brain and all of them. They don't really understand the world that they're in right now. And it just is strange. It's almost kind of like my favorite cartoon just time traveled and now is trying to understand smartphones and Donald Trump. I don't know. I don't know where to go at it. But anyways, guys, if y'all enjoy Animaniacs and y'all like the newer version, leave a comment down below. I'd like to know what people think on this issue. I'm on the fence on it. I just now got done watching the full season. I would give it, if I had to rank it, I would say maybe a 6 out of 10. I wish that there was more of the older characters than I knew on it, but it's just mostly Pinky and the Brain and the Warner brothers, and of course, Warner's sister. But there's none of the old characters that were kind of the side characters that kind of made the show funny and unique, and kind of gave it a little bit more of a flavor that this new one just seems really kind of repetitive to a certain extent. I'm hoping season 2 is better. But I still have hope for this show. I don't want it to be canceled. I just want it to get better. I want it to figure out what audience it's trying to pick. Is it trying to send a message to adults, or is this trying to send a message to children? Whether it's, I just wish that with children they would stop trying to preach to children. I kind of wish they would stop preaching to me, to be honest with you. And that goes for any show, for that matter. I wish they would just go back to the zany stuff that I remember in this cartoon. And I don't want to go through this member berry thing, because I get it. I go through this nostalgia stage. We all do. But that doesn't mean that nostalgia wasn't great. Like, it was reason that we remember it 20 years later. And this is a show right now that I can honestly say I wouldn't remember 20 years later. I wouldn't be calling for a reboot of it if I was a kid 20 years from now. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think, and